The technology in itself is amazing. I love innovation in sports, in running, in everything. I love innovation, so I love... Hey everyone, and welcome back on the channel. My name is Alex, and today we are reviewing something a bit different. Lots of innovation, lots of new technologies in this shoe. I was surprised in many different ways, to be honest, and as always this is going to be a transparent, honest review, trying to be as fair as possible with the brand, in this case Adidas. And quick disclaimer before starting the review: this pair of shoes was sent to me by Adidas at no cost, and I am doing my review as always without being paid for it. But the shoe is a gifted sample, just so you know. You can find the shoe online at our EU partner, Top4Running, with my discount code. I'm gonna put a link here with the discount code so you can get a little discount on this pair of shoes or any other pair that you may want to purchase. It can be helpful, especially for this one, given the price point. We'll come back to that at the end of the video. Today's shoe is the Adidas 4Dfwd, 4Dfwd if you prefer. I don't want to call it a daily trainer. I don't really want to call it a sneaker either. It's just Adidas, innovation in the running sphere, in the running world, and we are gonna dive into that with the specs. First of all, weight. This is where it hurts. It hurts from the beginning of the video. Sorry for that, and sorry Adidas, but in my size US 11, EU 45, this shoe weighs 376 grams, which is by far the heaviest shoe I have measured this year. And I don't have the numbers for all the shoes I tried in my life, but I believe this may be the heaviest ever. So 376 grams is really, really heavy. You can feel the weight when running. No doubt it's a heavy shoe. Again, I don't mind weights for daily trainers. I don't really mind weights in shoes in general. I prefer, lightweight shoes for racing, but for daily training, I don't really mind. Here it's just too much, and this is a case where I actually mind for the weight, and yeah, this is just too much. Durometer score, disappointment here, guys. I was unable to measure the durometer score here in the web, in the maze. Call it however you will, the 3D printed midsole. I was unable to stick my durometer tool in it, so I have no value for the durometer. I'm sorry for that. Width of the platform, I thought it would be wider than the numbers show. The numbers put this shoe somewhere in between the Boston 10, a bit wider than the Boston 10, but way more narrow than, for instance, the New Balance Mole V3. So, nothing that wide. I was expecting something a bit wider. And I think my expectations came from the fit I experienced in this shoe, which I will mention in a second, but was very roomy. So I think, this made me think that the platform would be wider than it is. So nothing very wide here. Last but not least, stack height. We're looking at 34 millimeters in the heel, 23 in the forefoot, 11 millimeters drop. This is quite rare. 11 millimeters, and I think we saw that recently on the Craft CTM Race Rebel. You can go check the review of the shoe here, upper right hand corner. 11 millimeters is not something we see very often, and this is a little indication that this shoe is also, in that sneaker department, if you will. Sneakers, in my experience at least, have very often higher drops. Yeah, this is, at the frontier of running shoes and sneakers, and this is another little hint to that. Upper, we're looking at the prime knit upper, so it's a knitted upper. The tongue is, one piece with the upper. It's like that sort of sock, boot, however you want to call it, type of feel. So there's no standalone tongue if you want. It was the case on some Nike shoes with that fly knit upper, and many shoes that have a knitted one-piece upper don't have a separate tongue. So no gusset on the tongue. The upper basically is just lying on the midsole, which gives it that, I don't know if you can see here, very distinct movement and very distinct sort of feel on the foot, if that makes sense. I must be honest, it doesn't give you a great fit at all. Meaning this shoe, I think you can easily go half a size down. I would have gone a full size down, no doubts, because of the upper. The length of the shoe in itself is, I guess, half a size too big, so going half size down would be fine in terms of length, but to get a nice wrap, to get a nice lockdown, especially given, you know, that very loosey-goosey heel and that upper that is just so stretchy, so flexible, but so stretchy actually, and that seems to go even stretchier and stretchier with time. Yeah, the fit experience is bad on the shoe. The lacing doesn't help at all to get a nice lockdown in the midfoot. There's too much volume. I was floating in the shoe, so fit experience was not good. Again, the heel is very flexible, heel counter. The heel cup isn't rigid at all and doesn't provide any sort of good heel lockdown either. So lockdown is bad from, you know, A to Z if you want, A to Z depending on how you say it. Inset is removable, just so you know. Oh, and the laces are very, very long, and they're not bad, but just very, very long. Midsole is the 3D printed 4D forward midsole. As you can see, it's that sort of maze, web, lattice, whatever you want to call it. The technology in itself is amazing. I love innovation in sports, in running, in everything. I love innovation, so I love to see new stuff on the market like this. How does it ride? I must be honest, I haven't experienced what Adidas is marketing, meaning that you know, using the vertical forces to move you horizontally. So, you know, using that pounding, that forces you apply vertically and then transferring them to the horizontal movement, the speed. I haven't experienced that. I did some tests here in the house with that sample of 3D printed 4D forward foam or midsole here in the house, barefoot. You will see the slow motions on your screen and you can judge by yourself. Do you see any sort of, you know, horizontal propulsion from this? I didn't see it on the footage I shot here in my house barefoot, and I haven't felt that sensation running with the shoe. It doesn't ride bad, meaning that, you know, when I put my feet in the shoe, I was like, okay, the fit is so bad, the ride experience is gonna be terrible. Of course, a better fit would help, but the ride isn't that bad. It's a comfortable ride, nothing to write home about, but you don't have that propulsion that is marketed. You don't have any excellent cushion. You don't have any grip is very good, so you have a good grip on wet surfaces. But apart from that, which is a good point, but it's, you know, it's not really making a shoe great. Apart from that, you don't have any sort of fantastic features, anything that shines in the ride of the shoe. It's a comfortable shoe, it's a comfortable sneaker for sure. It has a look that can please some people in terms of sneakers, and I can see myself wearing these with, you know, a pair of jeans, for instance. Not exactly the sneakers that I would have picked myself in a shop to wear with a pair of jeans, but I can see myself trying at least. But for running, I think, you know, my experience with them will end after, what is it, a couple of runs. I just have many other shoes to test and many other shoes I want to run more in before giving my review. This isn't gonna go any better and I'm a bit disappointed. Now, I'm gonna be also very honest with Adidas and what they're doing here with the midsole technology. I'm impressed by the work that is put to produce such a midsole. I'm impressed by the research and I'm curious. Can we do this with other materials, like, you know, other foams, PBA, whatever? Can we associate that sort of web printed, 3D printed midsole with a plate? I'm sure there are some applications and some instances in which this can be great. It's just a matter of time before Adidas or someone else discovers how to use 3D printed technologies in midsoles, how to make them efficient, how to make them lighter, because this is also very heavy and penalized by the weight. Innovation has a cost. In this case, Adidas is pricing the shoe at €200, $200. If you're a sneaker geek and you really want to have that shoe, maybe it's a fair price point. In terms of running shoes, unless you really want to have the latest innovation and keep the shoe in your collection, which I'm gonna do, I'm gonna keep it because I think in 10 years when we'll have 3D printed midsoles on the market, it will be interesting to compare this shoe against the upcoming releases, the upcoming innovation. Other than that, there are better options below $200, €200 for running, for daily training, and even some innovative options below that price point. This is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you're not too disappointed. It was, a good exercise for me also to be very disappointed by a shoe and try to still be fair with it, trying to see the positives, the drawbacks, and give them to you. So it's also good for me to be, critic with shoes when need be, because I think that's also one of the reasons you may be interested in the channel, because this is also one of the reasons you may be interested in the channel, to have fair reviews, honest reviews. I hope, you enjoyed this one. I hope we'll have some other shoes from Adidas. Thank you again for sending this one, guys. Enjoy your run today, enjoy your ride, go beyond your limits, and take care. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.